So you say when. So hi, I'm Carol Bryant, and I'm here with Fidose of Reality. We're here in Stratford, Connecticut, and I am ready to interview Anthony Rubio from AnthonyRubioDesigns.com, who is our esteemed canine courtier for the Wigglebutt wedding. Welcome, Anthony, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And who's the little cutie on your lap?
This is Kimba, one of my two boys.
Excellent.
And the calmest one, so he's here. The interview.
And tell us a little bit about what you're doing for the Wigglebutt wedding for us.
Well, I'm designing the bridal couple's attire, so we're doing the bride's gown, and I'm doing a tuxedo for Dexter.
And is this something that you've been doing for a long time, involved in fashion?
I've been involved in fashion for over 20 some odd years, but started doing the pet designs 5 years ago, and it's become my forte, my big thing.
Excellent, and we love following your travels and everything that you're doing. What made you want to get into this? How did you get inspired to get into pet fashion specifically?
I was inspired by a dog that I rescued some time back. His name was Bandit, and he liked clothing. He was a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas tend to get cold easily, so I started off making him small shirts and coats and such. And then we went on to Halloween costumes and all sorts of events. And people were asking me, when am I going to start doing it for other people, which was not something I was ever considering. But I was getting approached more and more, and I said, maybe this is a calling, and I tried it, and it took off from there.
That's excellent. We love following your work. Where can people find you now, or what are some of the things that you've been working on? I know we recently saw you on Good Morning America.
Yes. Well, a book was published in February, the book titled Couture Dogs of New York, which featured my boys on the cover, and it covered 32 of my designs in the book, and it opened the world of canine couture and fashion to the rest of the world who was not aware or who heard about it and wanted an inside look.
Right.
So the book came out, and then everyone started calling Good Morning America, wanted to do a story, and we've been busy ever since. And the same week I also did I was the first pet designer to ever present at Brooklyn Fashion Week.
Awesome.
And the year before I did New York Fashion Week, the first designer to ever do clothing for dogs in a New York Fashion Week. So I'm breaking a lot of ground, which is my big challenge, and I enjoy doing it.
We love your clothing, and I know that the dogs are going to look gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
What's one of the your most favorite pieces you've done to date?
I think that right now, where I'm at this moment, because I eat, live, and drink art, for starters. Even when I go on vacation, there have to be museums, there have to be places to inspire me, and I'm always stopping and looking at things, and I see things that sometimes people are like, what is he looking at? But it's just the way I take things and I drink it all in. And recently I started doing the Chinoiserie series, which is something borrowed from interior design, 17th century, the French concept of what Chinese art would be like. And it incorporated porcelains and lacquered goods. And what I did is I started incorporating it into the fashion. And I'm fascinated because each piece is so different. Everything is one of a kind, and they've turned out so well and well received. So I'm enjoying that right now.
Oh, so great. What would you say to people who sometimes I get flack and I'll hear someone say, well, you know, dogs really shouldn't wear apparel, and it's not something that my dog necessarily would be into. What's your response to that?
I get that a lot, and I used to get it with Bandit when I would be at airports like in Vegas. He was wearing sunglasses, and you know, first I have to catch myself because our instinct is to be defensive.
Correct.
But you also have to take into consideration that ignorance is bliss, and people will ask questions. It's not because they're being malicious, it's because they don't understand it, so you have to educate them.
Right.
So I enlightened them. So I told them, like, for instance, why would a dog wear sunglasses? I'm like, why do you wear sunglasses? To protect your eyes from the UV rays, and that's why he wears them. And then the same thing happened with the clothing. I says, you know what, clothing is not for every dog. Not every dog wants to wear clothing, but the ones who do love it. And my designs are all about comfort and safety. So all of that's taken into consideration.
And the dogs always seem happy when they're wearing your clothes.
They are, and they're my. It's hilarious because there's a particular dog that runs up to me and taps me to see if I've got something for her all the time, and she's gotten so used to it. She loves to wear the clothing, and my boys, since I had them, they've been wearing my designs, and they get in position. As soon as I pull out a sweater or something, they put the heads in position, they get dressed, and they're good to go.
Who do you prefer working with, pets or people?
The truth?
Yeah. I think you do. Easier to work with?
They don't give me flack. and they're very complacent. They enjoy what I put on them, and you could see that they puff up their little chest and they feel proud. You know, it's not to say anything bad about the owners.
Right.
It's just that people are people, and they're like parents, and they're very particular, and they're choosy, and you know, it happens.
Mm-hmm. And what's next for you? So here we are. We're here. We're going to have this big wedding in June. But what's next for Anthony in your career?
I'm branding right now myself because I'm doing the designs for ties for men, and everybody keeps asking me, well, now you do it for the dogs, what are you going to do for us?
Mm-hmm.
If I tell you how many times women have come up to me and said, I would wear that dress that the dog is wearing, if I had a penny for every, I'd be a millionaire already. And the thing is that I have to start extending it to that level. So I want to do accessories for people to match with the dogs. I don't want it to be like a match thing that they look exactly the same. I'm not going to put a dress on a woman and a dress on a dog. But I'm saying accessories like a nice scarf, a nice belt, something that ties it in together.
Excellent. And if people wanted to commission you or to be involved and get something for their dog that is, you know, so beautiful from your collection or an original, where could can they do that, and where could they
Absolutely. I work, everything is done by appointment only. So they reach me through AnthonyRubioDesigns.com, or they could reach me at Anthony Bandit Rubio on Facebook, send me a private message, and tell me the only thing I ask for is that I'm given enough time, because the process takes weeks. It's not something I do overnight. It's not like I can push a button and the designs come out. I have to meet the client, I have to talk with them, I gotta know the dogs, I gotta see what they're about, and then I get a feel for what direction I want to take it in.
Okay, excellent. And then I always like to do fun questions at the end of the interview. If you had to complete this sentence, my favorite type of dog to work with is?
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas, okay. And what do you prefer to fit, or to literally put a costume, a piece of your fashion on, a bigger dog or a smaller breed?
Smaller breeds, and that's for one reason. Because the bigger the breed, there's the risk of the clothing looking like it's something a person took off and put on the dog. So I have to be very careful. When I design something for a bigger dog, I have to make it look like it's designed for a dog, and not like they took a jacket out of a closet from a person and put it on the dog, because then it looks silly. Right,
right. And finally, the one thing about you that people would be surprised to know, do you have anything surprising that people would just really not believe it?
I was a dancer.
Very
I was a
good.
dancer many years ago. I used to dance.
Excellent. We're hoping that you'll dance with us at the Wiggle
I
Bug
will
Wedding,
dance at the wedding,
which is taking place June 28th here in Stratford, Connecticut. Anthony Rubio is the exclusive designer for the dogs for the wedding, and check him out at AnthonyRubioDesigns.com. We look forward to giving you more updates. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.